confident, comfortable? Where are you at as a super speedway guy?
I'm definitely feeling more and more comfortable. Definitely when I started in the Xfinity Series, this was by far the most uncomfortable type of racing I feel like to adapt to, right? Because it's just so different, and it's so easy to, when you come from racing late models, like with long races, be there at the end, it's so hard to balance risk versus reward, and when to when to stay up front, when to be patient, and to stay out of an accident. So it's definitely something that I've been just working hard to try to get better. I definitely feel more comfortable now after getting some races under my belt, but it's a lot different than what I've done growing up.
Do you feel like you can make it happen on Saturday, or is it just so random, it's just luck? Or how do you view what you need to do, what you could do?
I definitely don't think it's luck. I mean, there is a little bit of that, I guess, involved, but more than any, you see a lot of times we always talk about, the same guys end up front. I mean, really, to me, what it boils down to is having a fast car. I mean, obviously qualifying up front, that gives us a lot more confidence. Having track position. I think back to kind of Talladega, we didn't qualify well there, but we executed a good race on pit road, ended up getting some track position at the end, and with a couple of laps to go, me and Noah were side by side, I think, third and fourth, and I didn't make it and he did. So I think back to that race, you just got to put yourself in position there at the end, and hopefully you make the right decisions and you don't get collected in a wreck. And but we definitely have as good opportunity as anybody.
The option tire deal that we did at Richmond, do you have a feel for that? Whether it's we should do the softer tire, we should keep having multiple tire compounds? Do you have a way that you feel one way or the other?
I would feel completely confident the option tire being the tire for short tracks, and I'm sure that's what they're looking at doing. If they wanted to create multiple compounds, I think you could go softer yet. I mean, they still really I don't think that we wore the tires at Richmond, but not to the cords or anything like we had at Bristol. So there's probably more area to go there. It was definitely a step in the right direction. I thought that. I thought that just, we stayed around 10th probably, but when we had those softer tires on, you just didn't feel the aero effects of the car as much, I thought. So that's just the car making mechanical grip through the tires versus aerodynamic, aero grip. So I think it was a huge step forward, and I think they can keep pushing that, I'm sure.
So when you look at the way that races like Nashville, Richmond kind of end overtimes, multiple overtimes, do you have a preference as far as ending under caution, giving fans a green and white checker?
I mean, I think you gotta, I can't. I don't know. I mean, that's a hard question to answer, but I think you have to use the overtime. I don't think you can go backwards in time and kind of go back to the old way of doing things. But I don't know. That's a tough situation to be in. If you just look at just like the caution last week. I don't know if that could have been it. You just don't want to get in the part where they're just so quick to throw the caution right at the end. I think if it's natural, it happens.
Flash moving locations, is that something you're excited about?
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot closer to home. I'll be able to drive there. I mean, no, but I've never raced at Bowman Gray. I've been there once to watch a modified race. It was entertaining. I remember that show on Discovery Channel from years ago. That was pretty cool too. So it'll be fun. Like I said, I think there's a lot of great race fans in that area. They pack that place during the summer, and even when I late model race, when we went to tracks in that area, they always drew a lot of fans. So I think it'll have great. Hopefully, we can have a great turnout, and I think the product on the track will be similar. Obviously, having the grass on the inside will probably give us a little bit of an escape route if everybody wrecks, but it should be fun.
Why are Cars Tour races so cutthroat right now? What's happened?
I don't know. I think, I saw, I can't remember if it was a post or something that Marcus Richmond put up, talking about the tires. I think the tires have, back in, now that the tires hold on a little bit better, I think that's part of it. I think that from what I watched, nobody's really said enough's enough yet. Ryan Millington's probably been the closest one to that, at Hickory. But everybody just keeps pushing each other a little bit further, and nobody's finally said, hey, I'm not taking this shit anymore. So that day will come sooner or later, I would say, and it'll kind of back it back down. But I mean, they've been wild and rough, really rough. Yeah.
Speaking of potentially wild races, with Darlington as the cutoff this year instead of the first playoff race, do you think that has the potential to be a wild race since it's the last chance for everybody?
I mean, I think it'll be, yeah. I mean, intensity definitely is going to ratchet up a little bit. I mean, we know how narrow that can, the place can be, and you come down to the end, you're side by side, and nobody's going to lift. So, no, it should be a lot of fun. I feel like we had a really great race there in the spring. That's one we have circled to go back. Hopefully we can have some of that speed like we had earlier this year and gives ourselves a chance.
Thank you
I
very
know that
much.
you've had a few of these super speedways under your belt, and you've been able to kind of be in this next gen car here at some of these tracks. How much more comfortable are you in just the draft and understanding how the car drafts in some of these super speedway packages?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely getting more and more comfortable. Over the course of last year, it was each time I ran the couple different cars, couple different teams, spotters, and all that stuff. So now having these guys a couple times in a row, I think I'm starting to feel more comfortable. I was really proud of the race we ran at Talladega. We were in the top 5 towards the end of it. So that's what we need to do tomorrow.
Thanks, Josh.